Your job, you were such a versatile player. You were often called upon to defend a lot of people. As a matter of fact, I want to talk to you about three-point shooting because you mentioned you didn't do that in high school, but
Yeah.
but I think you'd make a very good living as a three-point shooter today. But who did you defend? Who was toughest for you to defend? How did you get up with your size, with your reach? You were a very good defensive player. Tell me about some of the matchups and playing defensive on some of those great teams, of course, the Bulls being a famous one.
Yeah, I mean, the division I was in was insane. So in '88, we couldn't get past the Pistons. We finished second to them. The Bucks had some great players also, and Indiana was going the same way that we kind of did. So it was a tough division. Having not getting past the Pistons, finally when they dispersed their team and kind of break it up, the next team in line was, I thought, going to be the Cleveland Cavaliers because everybody was saying it. But the Chicago Bulls were right there and kind of, so we butted heads with them. But, yeah, every night in my division, either with the Hawks, I had to guard Dominique Wilkins most of the time, or with Indiana, it was Reggie Miller. With the Pistons, it was Joe Dumars, and of course with Chicago, it was Michael Jordan. And I was so glad when we got Gerald Wilkins from the Knicks because now I could go guard Scotty and not have to guard Michael. But it didn't work that way. Coach Wilkins had a lot of trust in my defensive savvy, so. Yeah, I saw some tough players each night.
Joe is, of course, kind of a quiet guy.
Yeah.
Reggie is not noted for being a quiet guy. Michael, a pretty intense guy on the floor. Did they talk to you? Was that part of the game that you just accepted? Okay, this is what we're going to roll with. These guys are going to challenge me.
Yeah. Well, I know the first time that we played Chicago, I called my dad and I was like, I don't know what this Michael Jordan guy is going to do, but I mean, and he was just like, just do your best. Just go out and just compete with him. And so I think what my dad said helped a lot. But, yeah, they did. There was I mean, you talk fierce warriors. As soon as they stepped on and I was the same way in the confines or the lines of the court, it was war. And so you scratched, clawed, held. Yeah. Well, actually, you could hold during my era.
Exactly.
You could,
Ron Harper, you mentioned Ron Harper was pretty good at that.
Very good hand checker. Yes. So you could kind of direct the guy that you were guarding in a direction with your hand. So that was something. And then you mentioned just my height and wingspan. So I tried to make it as hard as I could of guys getting around me, but I would take the middle away most of the time because that's the most dangerous point I had great shot blockers in Larry Nance and John Williams that I could funnel. If I could funnel the guys to the baseline, that was the direction that I sent them most of the time. And then always thought that you know, if you get them to the shot blocker, that it would make a tougher shot. But I told Michael 1,000, maybe 1,000,000 times, like, I took that away from you. How did you make that shot?
You talk about some of the great players you did have to guard against, the iconic moment against Michael and all. Was there one guy in particular you said, oh, man, I don't want to have to check him. He was just the toughest guy to guard every night.
Well, I get a few letters today asking me that same question. And, of course, you know, I can say the Michaels or the Reggies or those, but the one I really hated to guard was Larry Bird. Yeah, so he was tough. And then in the other conference, a guy that doesn't get a lot of publicity or should is Clyde Drexler. Just so quick, fast, jump over you, strong. And just kind of a different style of a player than a finesse player. He was kind of physically brutish to get where he wanted to go.
Very talented.
Hello everyone, I spend a lot of time trying to get you guys nice videos, so please subscribe to this page, and please subscribe to my second page. The link to my second page is in the description section. Thank you.